You're in Alba?
So I am in Alba. Yeah, I'm very close to where you grew up.
Yeah, absolutely. Big city of Edgewood.
Edgewood, that's right. So what? I mean, what was it like growing up in the big city of Edgewood?
Oh, wow. Well, there was not a lot to do.
Yeah,
We had a Dairy Queen and we had the Country Kitchen, and that was about it. Yeah, the Dairy Queen was pretty good though.
yeah. The small town of Edgewood, it's literally like a blinking light on the Highway 80.
Pretty
Um,
much. I think they have two now.
yeah,
So
maybe two
they're
blinking lights
stepping it
now.
up a little bit, and they're getting a brand new school. And I think the population sign or the city limit sign, the population still says 1,284.
Yeah,
And
you
I
can't
don't
convince
really,
me of that.
no, I don't believe that anymore. But I like that, that some things aren't changing there, even if it's just the city limit sign.
So for those listeners and people that are watching from outside the area, what is it like in East Texas as a young person?
Oh, well, that's all I knew.
Yeah,
But, I had every chance I got to go to Dallas was, you know, big and exciting. And I did that a lot. My dad was a 38-year veteran Dallas fireman, and he would take me on some mornings and well, he would drop me off at my aunt's house, who lived in Dallas, on the way to his fire station. So, and she was always taking me places and showing me different things. And yeah, my aunt was my dad's older sister, and she was a very classy lady, and we had a lot of fun together. Yeah.
and so just so folks know that may not be familiar with the geography, Edgewood is really worlds away from Dallas, but only 90 minutes, really, right?
Yeah, it's now, these days it doesn't seem like it's so far apart, but yeah, it's definitely two different places.
Yeah. But it's just crazy how like I live in Alba. It's an Alba address, but I'm physically in a town called Golden, which I'm
Yeah.
sure you're very familiar with.
Yes.
Home of Casey Musgraves, of course. But
Yes.
so that's where I'm living right now, and man, you can drive to Dallas in an hour and 15 minutes, really, if you're quick about it. And a lot
Yep.
of people are here. And yet, it's just such a culture change between those two things. Um, as a small town East Texas girl, how's music finding you as a youngster?
How is music? I'm sorry.
Finding you, how is music getting into your world as a youngster?
My family. Yeah. My mom was a musician and a singer, and my stepdad has had every instrument you could think of in the house, and they took me to a lot of. I was influenced a lot. I mean, probably my first influences were, just was just being in the car with my mom and my dad, and hearing her sing. And then Canton, Texas, had a big bluegrass festival every year, and my stepdad made it a point to go every year.
Yeah.
And Bill Monroe, Jim and Jesse, Ralph Stanley, just all of those people, all of those greats were some of my first musical live music influences. I was probably about 5 years old the first time I
Wow.
went to. It's right there on the first Monday
Yep.
grounds, and it was just uh, it was very influential
There's
for me.
always been kind of a bluegrass stamp to your music, hasn't there? It's kind of been there on the periphery.
It's there. It's there. I think even as a teenager, I didn't really have that high lonesome sound that you know that I
Yeah.
that I heard when I heard Ralph Stanley sing or Alison Krauss, and then but yes, it's definitely in my DNA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's part of the cool thing about podcasting, especially when you're talking to uber creative people like yourself. Like just hearing their hodgepodge of influences that come out almost involuntarily through their music and their sound, right? Like a
Yeah,
lot of times you don't even
very.
realize it's happening, and that's the cool thing about listening and really becoming fans of music because and then finding out the stories behind it. Now you mentioned that music is finding you through your parents, and I mean your parents or your family had a family band as well early on too, right? So
Yes.
tell us a bit about that because I mean at 10 years old you're playing out doing shows already, right?
Well, yeah, starting in my little hometown of Edgewood. So yeah, we had different events, local events, that they held at the Edgewood Historical Society grounds, and also in the gym there at the school. Anytime you were going to have an event where a lot of people were going to attend, it was usually in the big gym. We had a little gym and a big gym, and the big gym is where they held the Hoot Nanny every year,
Mm-hmm.
put on by the Edgewood Historical Society. And, they had different acts, and my stepdad was involved with them, and he was also a square dance caller. So, so he brought a lot of the entertainment with the square dancers, and yeah, that was my debut in front of my hometown at 10 years old with my mom on a stand-up bass fiddle and my stepdad on guitar and
Wow,
just little 4 foot tall me
that's
singing a trio song. I was very heavily influenced at the time by Dolly Parton, Emmylou, and Linda Ronstadt's group,
yeah.
the trio. Yeah,
I,
and I still am. I think it's one of the best collaborations
Man,
ever.
you're not lying. Yeah, I haven't heard the trio in a long time. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I love that you're influenced by that, and I can see that as well. Again, very bluegrass, square dance, salt of the earth kind of music, right? Um,
Yes.
I love that you're also at 12. Fast forward 2 years, which is probably a world of difference for a young person, but it's only 2 years looking back. You become an honorary member of the Stone Mountain Bluegrass Band at 12 years
Yeah.
old. What is
Yeah.
this? How'd this happen? And what is this doing for you as a youngster? Like, this has to be eye opening, right?
It's just opened up, a whole other world. And I was familiar with them because they would always be playing these bluegrass festivals. And the guitar player lived, and he was a local. And even though this band had played all over the world, Grand Ole Opry, backed Bill Monroe, it was, I don't even know if I could have grasped it at that age, but yeah, the guitar player was living in Wills Point, Texas, and he was friends and had worked with my stepdad before. And so when my mom and my stepdad would have a party, they would have the band come over and play, and I just had to be right in the middle of everything,
Yeah.
that the grown were doing. Always, I had FOMO at a very early age. I had to be in the middle of everything, exciting. I mean, it was music. It was exciting to me, and I wanted to be right in the middle of it, and I was, yeah. And I would just sing along with them, and I guess they found out that this little annoying kid could carry a tune, and invited me to come, sing, be a special guest, and then just play regularly with them. I mean, they had a Mary Land was the mandolin player's wife, who was Mitchell Land, and a very popular mandolin player. And sometimes she wouldn't be able to go out on the road, so they would invite my mom to play.
Wow.
And yeah, so my mom was, part time honorary member herself.
So I want to make sure I've got this straight so far. So your mom was an upright bass player, a fiddle
Yes.
player, and now a mandolin player.
Not a fiddle player,
Okay.
a bass fiddle. We would call
Oh, I
it the
gotcha.
bass fiddle.
Yeah, I
Everybody
gotcha.
name for it, upright bass, a doghouse bass. That's
Yeah.
what a lot of people called it, and my stepdad called it a bass fiddle a lot.
So I got you now. I understand. So
Yeah,
basically, she was playing the bass with a bow as well.
yeah. She played with her fingers, no bow.
Okay. All right. Very cool, because I know there are some doghouse players that will play both. They'll play fingers, slap bass. They'll play with the bow.
Oh,
Yeah,
hear it all. It's
crazy talented folks out there. So
absolutely.